Hello, it's David Taylor Klaus, and welcome to Mindset Mondays with DTK. Just a reminder, Mindset Mondays is a year-long series of Facebook Live broadcasts designed for folks with a growth mindset or those who'd like to create one or hone one to play with new concepts, new ideas, and try on new mindsets. All right, today, and yes, Mindset Monday even happens on vacation, right? So today, the quote that we're playing with is, "To escape criticism, do nothing, say nothing, be nothing." It really captures it. I don't take criticism well. It has not been a superpower of mine. At least I used to not take it well at all. um, the analogy is it's sort of every negative comment, every bit of criticism, regardless of its intent, for a long time landed like a bloodied whip. I took it all personally. I took it all to heart. And instead of looking at the gift or the learning or the constructive component of it, I just looked at the gut-wrenching critique. So not only did I miss all the learning, I torpedoed connection. I diminished the connection with the people around me. And by taking it personally, I attached intention to the comment that may or may not have been there. I've gotten to watch my wife, who over the last 10, 11 years, I've really learned that her superpower is not taking things personally. And it's such a gift. My challenge is, by not taking criticism in context or in stride, I hid. Like Elbert Hubbard says, to escape criticism, do nothing, say nothing, be nothing. Right? And to hide from most criticism, it's easy to stay small, stay quiet, do less. It doesn't matter what grade or what level at which you adhere to this concept, it's cheating yourself from exploring what your gifts are and cheating the world from your gifts and what you can bring and being of service. You know, on the flip side, I heard Larry Winget tell us years ago, Larry, whether you love him or hate him, there's a piece that he shared that's just brilliant. You have to take a stand for a point of view. You have to have a clear point of view. And the challenge is, when you have a point of view, some people are going to love it and some people are going to hate it. If you try to pick a point of view that will offend no one, it will also touch no one. So hate mail is actually a sign, is actually a really good sign. I've learned to love hate mail. Because with hate mail means that if somebody has been touched enough to be upset, to be angry, to actually write something to you, that means you've got a clear point of view. It also means that there are at least 10 others that you've reached, that you've touched in a positive way. It's astounding how much more we're prone to take action when it's something negative, how much more we're wired to remember it when it's negative. Roy Baumeister, he's a professor of social psychology at Florida State University. One of the articles that he wrote, that he published, was the idea that bad is stronger than good. You know, research shows over and over again that it's human nature that we encode the things that are negative, that are destructive, bad impressions, even bad stereotypes. They're easier to form and more resistant to disconfirmation than anything positive. Even to the point that losing $50, part of their research, losing $50 stings more and is more memorable than finding $50. Bad events wear off more slowly than good ones. Bad criticism, bad commentary is taken harder than anything, than the net positive of any positive commentary. kind of like our survival requires urgent attention to things that are bad. I see how that our wiring is against us in that regard, because if we're trying to avoid the bad, the negative, the criticism, then Elbert Hubbard is right. Do nothing, say nothing, be nothing, hide. That doesn't work. That doesn't work for me, and it doesn't work for anyone who has a calling, who is driven to do their work in the world. It goes a step further. I grew up with a very self-deprecating sense of humor. And even without my life experience and my tendency to beat myself up, there's another piece that's important. It's by criticizing ourselves, by criticizing yourself, you open the door for other people to join the party. So if you have a strong sense of confidence, one that's truly from within, you can find it easier to disengage from the criticism. But when that sense of humor, or when your actual level of confidence has you flogging yourself, people join in, you're asking for the piling on of criticism, and it leads to a tendency to hide even more. I kind of like Winston Churchill's approach to it better. There's a famous story of attending an official ceremony, and several rows away, a couple other gentlemen are sitting and inelegantly whispering, saying, "That's Winston Churchill," right? They say he's getting senile and he should step aside and leave the running of the country to more capable men. And this went on for a while. And when the ceremony finally ended, Churchill turned to the men and said, "Gentlemen, they also say that he is deaf." So finding a way to let the humor go, to let the criticism go, and rely upon your sense of self, your inner strength, that which you truly know. The recovery point is to turn back to what you know is true. And yes, going back to reflective intelligence, that takes the willingness and the time to sit and listen to what's true, to recover to the truth. Yes, criticism can be painful. And yet the invitation is to reframe it for what's the gift in the learning? What is it that you're hearing that allows you to grow? Yeah, learning to ride a bike. Each time you hit the ground, each time you lose your balance and hit the ground, criticism from gravity, it's an opportunity to recalibrate and to learn and to retool your balance and to regain your equilibrium and move forward. Meme that's ever present on the internet of Einstein riding a bike, and he said, balance requires that you are in motion. It's an important piece. The best way to keep your balance is being in motion. If you all stand up now and stand up on one foot, and you look down at the foot that you're balancing on, is it still? Try it for a moment. Standing up on one foot. And when you stand up on one foot and you look at the foot you're standing on, it is in constant motion, constantly readjusting, refinding your equilibrium, refinding your balance. One doesn't find balance in stasis. It's found through movement. You can't grow by standing still. You grow through movement and constantly readjusting based on the information that's available to you, the growth. Critique, criticism, no matter how dark, is an opportunity to grow. No, it's not the panacea. It's not a magic cure to it. It still sucks. Criticism still sucks. There's always an opportunity to learn from it. Yeah, Lynn, thank you. The physics or the physical perspective of being in motion, absolutely. There is such an opportunity to realize that motion, okay, pun somewhat intended, is the only way to keep moving forward. Sitting still or hiding or being nothing, saying nothing, doing nothing. Oh, how crushing. We are bodies meant to be in motion, not at rest. Okay, despite the fact that I am at rest. We are not bodies meant to be at rest. We are always in motion, always turning. So as we move towards the end of the year, this last full week of your year, what shift is important for you? What's the opportunity for growth? Where is your opportunity to do what you're called to do, to say what's needed to be said, and to be who you're called to be? To use what criticism may come. What will allow you to make this year a strong close? Lynn says at this time of the world, we need everyone taking a stand and voicing their opinion. And Lynn, yes, and voicing opinion about things that matter. How often are we criticizing things where the criticism serves nothing but just voicing the criticism? Opinion and criticism that's meant to grow or shape or heal, absolutely. We need that now more than ever. What an opportunity to be intentional about what we share and be intentional about what we receive. Bill says to trust my instinct and voice the voice inside me, to say the goals out loud. Bill, I love that. On the verge of something great, so I have to follow through. And Bill, that's a perfect example of recovering to what you know is true, recovering to that truth that's on the inside, to recovering to what's real. Receive the criticism. Take what's useful. Let go of what's not. Recover to what's true. Recover to what's real. So Monday morning, Monday afternoon, Monday evening, depending on where you are. We've got folks scattered all over. So my offer to you is an opportunity for this next week is to own even the harshest of criticism. To look for the goal, look for the growth, look for the opportunity, look for the gift in what criticism may come, and lean back into doing what you're called to do, saying what needs to be said, and being what you're called to be. So between now and next Monday, what mindset will you choose?